Yo, what up, YouTube? It's your boy Joe Barber once again. Saturday, it is 9:12 o'clock, 9:12 a.m. And I'm in a different vehicle. I'm in an excursion. It's my son's excursion. I got a white one. He has a red one. But he's at my house working on his Mustang, and it's crazy, man. When you have kids, I have 5 boys, and one of my boys, which is Jordan, he is very identical to me. Not in just looks, but like his demeanor and his interests. He's always building stuff, tearing stuff up, trying to figure out how things work. And I used to be that kind of kid when I was young. I used to take radios apart, mess with speakers, try to figure out how screens work, and just whatever electronic stuff. I just love to do that. I really wanted to go to ITT Tech when I was young. I was like, man, one day I'm gonna go. I remember when I was little, I used to say that. But anyways, yeah, he's working on he got a Mustang, a 2000 Mustang with like a fully built engine, turbo, blah, 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 about 800 horsepower. Runs on E85 and all this mumbo jumbo. I put him into the Mustang game, and but I never got into building motors and stuff like that. So I would just send it to a mechanic and, hey man, do this, do that. I swapped out heads and intakes and all that kind of stuff. I love cars, but now my son has taken on it. So he has a 2010 Corvette Z something, and he got this excursion lifted, 8-inch lift, and then he has that Mustang for the speed. So he's doing good. He's about to buy some property and build a barnuminium. I don't know if you want to look that up to see what that is, but regardless, that's it's just crazy to see, like, the way he is he's like me. He's out there working, which is great. You want your kids to pick up some of your characteristics, not the bad ones, the good ones. He's real mellow. He's a good kid, man. But I say that to say this. We all have to make choices daily. We do not get to choose the consequences of our choices. So it's all about keeping yourself in check, man. Keeping your emotions in check. Keeping all that stuff starts in the morning. I can't stress that enough to you guys. I really want to share that with you, that in the mornings, when you wake up, show gratitude. When you wake up, be like, all right, man, it's another day to go get it. Even if you made $500 yesterday, I'm not saying it's all about the money. But as far as being a barber, when you get comfortable with yesterday's results, honestly, man, it sets you up for failure a lot of times. Not all the time, but a lot of times, because you're settling and you're like, oh man, that's it. Every day's a new day. Every 24 hours that you have is another 24 hours, man. And regardless, like today, I'm not even supposed to be at work today. I decided after 20 years of cutting hair, man, that I was like, you know what, Saturdays I'm gonna spend time doing stuff with my family or building up my barber school. So I'm going to the shop to clean up my office, clean up the back room, kind of organize, kind of visualize. Do I want pictures? Do I want to paint? Where do I want things to be? So then I'll take pictures of everything that I want to do, and I Photoshop it on my iPad. I have a program, and so you can visualize it better, and you can see, like, yeah, those are the kind of letters I want, or nah, I don't want that color of paint. Do I want to put a TV there? Then you crop out a TV and place it there. I do that kind of stuff. It helps me. I'm a visual learner, so that's important to me. But I also have to study for my test, to take my instructor's test on Wednesday. So those are the main things that are on my agenda today. I got to go pick up a basketball court for my son. Found a great deal on OfferUp. So that's what I'm going to do. But as far as choices, man, we all have to make that choice daily. And yesterday is yesterday, man. Yesterday's gone. There's a dead doggy on the highway. Poor thing. But yeah, man, we all have choices to make. And that's really what this video is about, man, making choices. And you have to be very smart about your time. You have to be smart about your energy, because you're making decisions every day. And sometimes we have these bad habits that man, they're detrimental to our growth, because we have these bad habits. And what I mean about bad habits is taking things for granted, and you do things, whether it's waking up late, going in late, always being late to like events, always being late to commitments that you make. It's not good, to have those kind of bad habits. And then, or else you have the habit of being on Instagram or Facebook or whatever. And I know it has something to do with our psychology and whatever we're addicted to, whatever. I don't know how that stuff works, but I know it has a lot to do with that, because we want that validation. We want these, that feeling inside of our body of affirmation from people that, oh man, that's love, good vibes, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, man, it's like you versus you. You have to make good choices. You have to choose to say, you know what, all right, that's enough time on Snapchat or on Facebook or whatever it is. And say, okay, now I'm not cutting hair. Let me clean my station. I'm not, I already cleaned my station. All right, let me study. Follow barbers that have great tutorials that are really teaching you about edge ups. Work on your weaknesses, because at the end of the day, dog, it's nobody's job to make you feel better about you but you. It's nobody's job to teach you things. It's your job to teach yourself things. And you have to have that kind of mentality daily about being a student. Whether you're learning the skill that you're working on, which is being a barber, or whatever it is that you're doing in life, bro, you have to push yourself to learn something different. And whether it's like you're already a good barber, all right, what's your weakness? Financial literacy. Okay, man, study that. Study how to handle your money better. Study how to, work on your portfolio. Do you know what a portfolio is with your finances? Like, what are you going to invest in? Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Do you have a 401k? Understand where you can put some money, because I promise you, if you're 20 and under right now, bro, and you're a barber, I promise you, dog, it's gonna benefit you in so many ways when you start investing your money. Are you gonna win always? No. But if you seek out people that are at the top of their field in finances, and you gotta pay a little bit to learn from them, do it. You're gonna spend money on the Gucci and the Louis, and them dudes ain't never gonna help you. I know that, man. I promise you, dog. I know people that got bread to spend on that, and they don't even spend it on that. You know what I'm saying? I can't stress that enough, man. You're gonna invest money in dumb stuff, shoes, clothes, whatever, that is a liability. You gotta learn about these things, and that's another thing that I'm learning about. And I gotta tell myself, all right, Joe, if you're gonna spend money, is it gonna make money back for you, or are you just spending it just to impress people, or is it gonna make you happy, like truly happy? Sometimes we buy things because it makes us happy. And I'm not gonna say like you can't buy the Louis or the Gucci. That's not what I'm saying. But you're gonna have to cut back on something. You gotta sacrifice something in order to gain something. That's what investment is. You gotta sacrifice time with your family to be at the barbershop, so you can build up your clientele. So in 2 years from now, you don't have to be at the barbershop every day, or 10 years. I don't know what, I'm just saying that's the sacrifice, and you have to have a plan. If you don't have a plan, you're just hoping that things work out. You got to have a plan. So you got to make those kind of choices and sacrifices. But it all stems back to the habits, right? Do you have good habits? Do you have good work habits? Do you wake up thinking about cutting hair? Do you go to sleep thinking about cutting hair? Do you visualize your brand? Do you visualize creating product? Do you visualize, going to events? Like, there's so much out there. But do you see yourself doing those things because you love to cut hair? Or are you doing things to be seen because it makes you feel like you're famous, or you're, whatever? Like, those are all the questions you need to ask yourself. I'm telling you, man, don't just follow the trend. Don't just follow the stuff that's happening on social media. Question yourself, have purpose. And like I said, you have 24 hours every day to do what you got to do. You can spend 10 hours on Facebook and 2 hours getting the job done, and you ain't got no one else to blame but you. I have an issue at my barbershop for the last 5 years that I've been open there. A lot of the barbers that come in, they come in and they're like, man, I get to work with Joe Barber, I get to blah, blah, blah. Whatever they have in their mind, I don't know how they see me, and I don't know what they think. I'm just a regular dude. I can cut hair. Yes, I can do art stuff. I'm a regular dude I breathe the same air you breathe, just like NBA players do, just like celebrities do, just like billionaires do. They have more money than us, but that doesn't mean they have more happiness than us. I promise you, man, with all that money comes a lot of stress. It is. And either you're going to pay people to take care of that, or you're going to try to deal with it and drive yourself crazy. I learned that the hard way. But when barbers come into my shop, they think that all these walk-ins are just coming in, like, and they're just going to jump in their chair. And I'm like, nah, I don't work like that. You know, when you're working booth rent, you're there. It's like you're renting an apartment. What you do in that apartment and how you make money and make a living, they don't care. Their job is not to make sure that you pay rent. You signed up to pay rent. That's where you lay your head. Whether you sleep 5 hours, whether you sleep 12 hours, whatever it is, the rent doesn't change. It's the same thing as when you're a barber. You're renting a spot to say, you know what, I just need somewhere clean to cut. I need a restroom. I need good light. I need blah, blah, blah. And that's part of your contract, whether it's verbal or written. You're signing up to, yeah, man, I got this. Like, I'm here to grind, and I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it one way or another. I'll get it with your walk-ins, or I'll get it with my people. I'm going to get this money. Sometimes people come in thinking like, oh, man, I'm just going to get all these walk-ins. I'm going to learn from Joe. I'm going to do this. And as soon as I start telling them how I live my life and how I operate on a day-to-day basis, they're like, damn, I ain't trying to get up at 6 o'clock. Why do I have to get here at 9 o'clock if we don't open until 10? Why do I have to stay till 7:30? Why, like all these things. And it's like, I'm like, bro, we're building here. We're conditioning you. We have to break you down and build you back up because you have a lot of bad habits. A lot of barbers, they're like, oh man, well, it's slow today. I'm out. I'm leaving. I got other stuff to do. And I'm like, okay, every time that happens, every time you leave, you're leaving money on the table. The next barber that's here grinding, he's going to get that money. And guess what? Every walk-in that comes in that door is a potential customer that could turn into a client, that could turn into family. And that's the equation. A customer will come in and you got to turn them into a client. Once they're a client and you've been cutting them for years, they turn into family. And what that means is they're going to bring their relatives to you. They're going to bring their children to you. They're going to trust you and refer you and back you up. And that's still out there. I have customers that I've been cutting for 20 years. And they'll ask me, hey, is it cool if I give this dude your number? And I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm not taking any new clients, but appreciate it. And sometimes I'm like, yeah, no, give them the number. Let them know what's up, or give them my link. Because if they text me, I'm usually busy, and I'll be like, yeah, here's the link to my app. Go ahead and book online, and I'll see you soon. So usually that's the case. And I'm telling you guys, I cut different people, cut athletes, coaches, just blue-collar workers, white-collar workers. People, all types, managers, supervisors, people from the news, like coaches, teachers. Man, I'm trying to think of like a lot of the people, police officers, security guards, all types, man, mechanics, plumbers, cut a lot of people. And that's what barbers do. That's what we do. That's what we're here for. Look at this dude. Golly, man. Golly. People are such in a rush, man. I'm going 70 miles an hour and this dude cut me off. Anyway, I'm not gonna let that ruin my day. But I cut all different type of people. And in my life, when I needed somebody to do a job, or I needed a number, I needed help, I was able to get that. Because people know that Joe's reliable, Joe's a stand-up guy. I don't spend my time at the club, the bars and all that. I'm planning. And sometimes, we get that cliche of people saying like, oh, it must be nice when you're out in Puerto Rico. Must be nice when you're in Seattle. Must be nice when you're in Costa Rica. Must be nice being out in Canada, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, I busted my ass to be here. Like, me and my wife, we both hustle hard every day. And it's the love and the passion that we have for what we do. So in order for you to sustain for that many years, for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, whatever it is that you're doing, you got to have that love, man. But the choices, it all stems to the choices that you make daily. And you have to choose to be successful daily. You have to choose love over hate. You have to choose patience over like gratification, man, instant gratification. You have to do that to yourself, man. And it's you versus you. It's not you versus nobody else. You can't blame your mom. You can't blame your dad. You can't blame your brother. You know, oh man, that dude's more talented than me. This person, you know, is taller than me. This person's faster than me. Whatever the case may be, it's like, look, man, you need to figure out what it is that you were put on this earth for. Whatever it is that you love, whatever it is that makes you happy. So you're not going to always have good days, and you're not always going to have bad days. But the fact is that you have to decide yourself if you really want to do this, and if you're all in. I promise you, man, a lot of the barbers that have left my shop, they're doing better. But if they were to do what they're doing now while they were with me, they would be very successful. They would have somebody backing them. I'm the type of dude, I'll give you my shirt, bro, right off of me, because I care. And I know there's a lot of owners out there. They're not barbers. They're just businessmen. And even if they are barbers, they don't care. It's like, hey, man, where's my rent at? They don't care if you got your car repoed. They don't care if you had a miscarriage. They don't care if your mom's sick. They don't care if your sister's sick. They don't care. It's like, look, man, this is business, square business. So whether I'm sick, whether my dad's sick, whoever's sick, they don't care. They're like, look, man, rent is due on Friday. And if you don't pay rent on Friday and you have to pay Saturday, I'm going to have to tax you $25 because we can't have this late stuff. And some people are, oh no, he's a good businessman. Some people will say that, oh no, he's just a good businessman. And some people that are emotional, you know, oh man, he's mean. Oh, he's a jerk, or he's a a-hole, or whatever people want to call somebody that's doing square business. But me, I'm like, man, you know, I cared. All right, dude, I understand, because I've been there. You know, I've had some hardship in my life. I understand. And then as soon as you start showing that you care, that they take advantage of it. And then the day will come where they'll turn your back on you and be like, oh yeah, no, I'm gonna go to this place, man. Rent's cheaper. It's closer to my house. And it's like, damn, man, I took all these losses for you. Now that I need you the most, you're not willing to take no losses for me. And I've experienced that at my barbershop, you know? And it sucks, but that's the choice that I made, so I can't be mad at them. And I've experienced that. So learn from me. It's just, if you want to be a businessman, keep it business, keep it 100. You have to, and you have to from the get-go. When someone gets hired, I would recommend that you give them a 14 days where you get to see, because I know there's like a book that I read that it showed like it takes people, I don't know how many days before they show like their true intentions. But and those are things that I'm all learning. But if you're a barbershop owner and you're having a hard time hiring people, continue to press on, man. Go visit barber colleges. Make flyers, make a good flyer, you know, show your stations, show like right on the side all the amenities that you have, whether it's washer, dryer, microwave, whatever, man, restrooms, you know, dual AC, tinted windows, everything. Write it on there so they can see like, wow, man, I'm getting for my rent, I'm pretty good. Got Wi-Fi, fiber Wi-Fi, super fast, not that cheap stuff. Cool, I'm good. Everybody in my shop can have a TV at their station with the Fire Stick, and we'll be good. Everybody could be on a laptop, we'll be good. So those are the things that I would say that you want to put on there and just keep passing them out. But when you do hire somebody, man, tell them, all right, bro, I might give you 14 days to prove that you're not late, that you're not calling in, because I need to know that in the long run, you're going to be committed. And that's something that I recommend to you owners out there. But regardless, man, if you're just a person watching this video, I appreciate you watching. I'm thinking about other things right now, so I'm just trying to get myself together. But I love having this moment to share. My mind is very clear. I'm capable of doing things. I'm multitasking, as you can see, but it really moves me to put out these videos to let people know that you're not out there struggling by yourself. You're not. Don't be hopeless. There's a solution. Positive mindset matters early in the morning. And don't be one of those people that sleep in, bro. Don't sleep in. Grind. Get out of bed. You know, make a list. Figure out what you want to do. And if there's problems, write them down. Give yourself 3 solutions and pick the one that'll work the best for you. The most suitable one. And if you don't know the answer, find out. Go ask. Talk to people. Open up. I'm telling you, man, it's very important that you guys believe in yourself, and push through all the BS, because life isn't fair. Life is not fair at all. Things are gonna happen, and regardless if it's good or bad, you're gonna have to go through it and grow through it. Go through it and grow through it. Always find out how it helped you, and turn that negative into positive. And that's just for me, man. That's something that I'll tell you personally. Growing up young in the hood, raising 5 boys, making bad decisions, ending up in jail, I went through a lot of crazy stuff. I always wanted to blame somebody. I always wanted to have that victim mentality, until I changed my mind and said, you know what, Joe? A lot of this stuff is your fault. Either you didn't know better, or you never looked to learn to get better. So I made a lot of bad decisions, or else I make decisions that hurt me, that hurt my pocket. You know, I care about people too much, and I don't hold them accountable. And it sucks, man, because that's just my character. I do care about people. I relate to them. And I'm like, man, I'm trying to be the light that I needed when I was young. So sometimes I take these L's, right? But on the cool, I know God's going to repay me. I know God's going to look out for me, and I know God's going to provide for me. So that's really, that's what keeps everything together. That's the glue that keeps everything together. That faith that I have in God. And but I try to do as much as I can, because faith without works is dead. I understand that now that I'm older. So I have to put in the time. So I just tell y'all guys out there, man, make good choices. You have 24 hours a day to make the best of it. So you have to do that. And it's you versus you. It's not you versus somebody else. It's not the barber next to you. It's not the owner. It's not your mom. It's not your dad. It's nobody. It's you versus you. And you have to learn to write stuff down, man, and really critique yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself, but critique yourself and say, what am I doing wrong? And write it down and say, okay, man, but what am I doing right? Okay, I do this right. I do that right. So we're going to try and get rid of some of the negative and scoot them over to the positive. And that's every day for the rest of your life. It's going to be like that. You're always got to get better. And if you're good at these things, okay, and then you get to a point to where, what are my weaknesses? What don't I know? You may not know how to work on cars. There's YouTube. There's forums on Google that'll teach you basic things. Invest in tools. Invest in, if that's something that you want to do. Or you're going to pay a mechanic to do it. Find yourself a good mechanic. Ask people, like, man, do you have a good mechanic that is reasonable in price and time and blah, blah, blah. Find solutions. Don't just give up, man. There's help out there. We really gotta just push ourselves to get out of our comfort zone. But I really want to encourage y'all. Today, I'm gonna take care of what I gotta take care of. I'm here at the shop already, but I really want to encourage y'all, man, to love yourself, be patient. You know, don't be in such a rush to be successful. Don't be in such a rush that you're not in the moment. Don't spend too much time on social media, bro. That social media is feel like it's very poisonous. Unless you're learning, like you're watching some videos and you're learning, that's cool. But don't compare your life to nobody else's. And watch what you put in your brain, dude. Because sometimes we watch these, you know, people. There's a lot of ads now on social media, and next thing you know, you're ordering some Jordans, and you didn't start off your day like, I'm gonna get some Jordans today. You just, oh man, I'm gonna get it, because you know, a lot of us are impulse buyers. That's me, impulsive. And I'm like, whoa, do I really need that? Is it really a good deal? And if it's not, you know, I gotta weigh it out. And I'm like, all right, you know, if I don't eat out to lunch for 3 days, it'll cover that. So I just gotta discipline myself and not eat out to lunch. I'll eat sandwiches those days. And that's the kind of sacrifice. Those are choices. Perfect example. But yeah, man, don't give in to that. I'm telling you, man, we're consumers by nature. This is our society. We've been brainwashed to be consumers. We're no longer people, we're numbers. That's why they get all our information on our phone, and they bombard us with emails, they bombard us with specials, they bombard us with whatever. And oh man, that's a good deal. Let me get that. So you got to twist that, because that's already part of our society. So you got to learn how to give people hit people up. The same thing, same strategy. You get their phone number, you get their email. Hey man, Tuesdays we're having a special, Wednesdays we're having a special. It's Father Daddy Day, you know, dad pays full price, kid gets 50% off. You could do a raffle, you know, buy a TV from somewhere and say, okay, everyone that gets their haircut this week, you get entered to this raffle. You know, if you're bargaining and you, whatever, you got some headphones, you find some headphones at Ross, Marshalls, buy that, spend the $40 and say they're $200 headphones and you buy them for $50. Then you say, all right, man, I got this, headphones. Everyone that comes and gets a haircut gets to be part of the raffle, and the raffle is going to be in 3 weeks or 2 weeks or at the end of the month. Whatever you feel suitable. Those are all choices that you make that are investments that you're planning ahead. That's the same way it works when you're investing in stock. You're investing in crypto, but that market fluctuates and does all types of stuff. So that's different. This is something that you're more in control of. But anyways, man, I'm rambling on. So I just want y'all to know, man, that there's hope out there. Believe in yourself. Make daily choices. The morning is the time when you want to get your day lined up. Do that, man, and make that a habit. It takes, I don't know how many days. I know the number, but I can't think about it right now. But it takes a certain amount of days. I want to say it's like 14 days or 21 days or whatever before something becomes a habit. So you have to do it every day, and then it just becomes normal. So you need to do that. You really need to do that. Start your day off right. Write stuff down. I know that's old school, but write it down so you can visualize it. You can see it, and you can check it off your list. And then you know, it's like losing weight, man. You want to have something to you can see. Like I started off at 220. Now I'm at 195. You feel better. You're getting results. The discipline is working off. So that's how you keep yourself accountable. So all right, man. Y'all stay blessed and y'all stay faded.